I was good, YouTube. Welcome back to another freaking reaction video. And in this video, I got an important video because I know most of my audience is young. Y'all kids. But not kids, but we young as shit. So let me turn it off for y'all. Alright, so boom, in this video we got the 7 millionaire skills I wish I knew at 18. I'm 18, so let's see if he could teach me something.
Your income and wealth is merely a reflection of your personal life, and that's why if you want to be a millionaire, you need to have the skills of a millionaire. And that's precisely why in today's video, I'm going to take a time machine and go back and share with you the 7 millionaire skills that I wish I knew when I was 18 years old. Now, some of these millionaire skills I actually implemented and was one of the big reasons why I ended up making my first $1 million profit at the age of 18. But some of these I completely overlooked. And the fact that you're watching this video, I guarantee if you take the things that I implemented plus the additional skills that I didn't implement at the time, I guarantee you'll probably go on to be even more successful than I was. And that's why this is going to be a very exciting video. And if you are even remotely serious about your success, you're going to want to watch the full thing. Now, the first millionaire skill that you need to learn, and this one might really shock you, is stop watching the news. Now, there are a few reasons for this. The first one...
Who the fuck watches the news? Who the fuck watches the news? I don't give a fuck about Biden and them. Who watches the news?
Is you already have so much on your plate, right? Like, you've already got a big task in front of you, which is, you know, becoming a millionaire. You don't need all these additional extra inputs and stuff like that. And quite frankly...
I think you mean Instagram, Snapchat, social media, TikTok, bullshitting and wasting our time. I think that's what he means. Stop wasting time.
Look, there's nothing that's going on.
Stop wasting time watching dumb shit when you could be doing shit.
On in the news that you're gonna be able to affect change. In this world, as harsh as this sounds, the only way that you can affect change is if you have money or you have an audience, aka a platform. But you don't have either of those things. Like, you're just trying to, you know, before you can take care of other people and deal with world issues and this and that. And by the way, this is coming from someone who's built schools for over 2,000 kids in Nepal. You know, like, I do my part, but I'm telling you, I couldn't have done my part if, you know, when I was 16 or 17 years old, I was consumed by the news and I'm like, you know, how can I affect change in the world? Like, no, I had to affect change in myself first. And then once my life was abundant, I could share that abundance with the world. So that's number one. It's like,
don't watch
anything on the news. It's, first of all, not going to affect your life. Like, you know, even when everyone argues about what president is and this and that, like, those do have some changes, but like in your personal life, for the goal of just trying to get to where you want to get to, I can tell you has no difference. So that's the main reason. You've got so much on your plate and you're not really going to be able to affect change out there in the world based on news, and the news isn't particularly going to affect you at your stage. And lastly, and you'll learn this as time goes on, you can't trust the news. I mean, I feel as though like it's been very
facts, bro. They programming you niggas, and they programming us.
It's fun for me to watch the last 3 or 4 years for people to really, I think, start to come to that realization. But even from the age of 12 years old, I was super diligent that I specifically did not watch the news because I just knew it was one big conglomerate and that it was all owned by a very small subsection of people. And that,
no, I didn't watch the news because that shit was ass and boring.
That's why when I do try to learn about something, I'm definitely not looking at the news. So,
a house or a laptop? Which one do you think is worth more? Well, definitely not the house, because it not only...
Shut the fuck up.
Millionaire skill number one. And by the way, this is very funny because, you know, I got told growing up, hey, you know, millionaires, successful people, they watch the news, they stay informed. And yeah, maybe that may have applied in the 80s when there was sort of some sense of real journalistic integrity. These days, it's just not true at all, right? You will be substantially poorer if you do follow the news. So that goes ahead and knocks off number one. Now, the next skill you need to learn is a high income skill. Now, this is truly the basis of everything that you want in life. And even better than that, not learning
that's what I'm working on right now, Hustle University. If y'all want to join Hustle University, the link will be in the description.
High income skills, but learning multiple high income skills and stacking them together. I mean, you can almost imagine Lego blocks.
Okay, what I'm doing is they got plenty of skills in Hustle University that they teach you. I'm learning one skill right now. After I perfect this skill, start making money off that skill, boom, I'm gonna keep working that one, but then I'm gonna add on another one. Like he said, building blocks, and the more it's a process though.
These high income skills don't come the next day. The more money that you'll make. So when you're looking at something and you're deciding, hey, should I put my time and effort into this? Should I learn this skill? Ask yourself, is this a high income skill? Is this a skill that will continue to pay me over the years? You know, a couple examples of high income skills is learning online marketing, coding, content creation, sales. Millionaires have a high income skill that is valuable to the marketplace.
It ain't y'all fucking business.
Multi-millionaires have multiple high income skills that are valuable to the marketplace. Now, I know that this is easier said than done, and you might be stuck as to like, hey, where do I actually get started? That's why earlier this year, I literally locked myself in this room for 4 full days to get to the bottom of the question, which is, what is the best high income skill in order to make $100,000 a year online. Now, I actually evaluated all this by creating the money making matrix. Now, what it does is it evaluates all the best business models online, and then it uses
data. I like this dude videos. I like the way he gets
data and a very specific formula to assess truly what is the best business model in 2022. It's been one of my most popular YouTube videos in the last year. The comment section, people absolutely love it. So if you want to go check out that YouTube video, I will leave it in the first link in the description.
I gotta go check that out. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out after this.
Let's move on. Now, skill number 3 is something that even multi-millionaires and billionaires struggle with to this day. And the sooner you learn this skill, the sooner you'll become a millionaire. The next millionaire skill is learning to say no. Now, this is something that I was amazing at growing up, but kind of as I made,
I'm not good at saying no.
My first few millions, you know, you get distractions and you get opportunities and this and that, and you start to pile on a little bit more things in your life. But it's so important to stay disciplined and say no to 99.9% of things, because when the right things come up, you want to make sure that you actually have the bandwidth and the space in order to go all in with those opportunities. Learning to say no is one of the best skills you could learn in your life, and especially when you're first starting out, it is so important. Learn to say no to your friends that want to go out and party. Learn to say no to favors. You know, you
that's what I do. Okay, that's what I do.
Have to do favors for people.
Yeah.
And also, very importantly, learn to say no to certain opportunities if you've already committed to one and you know that it's the right thing to get you to where you want to get to. Saying no is a way to have respect for yourself, as well as what you're trying to accomplish and who you're trying to become in life. Now, moving on, everyone travels, but it's a real skill to know how to travel. And that's why millionaire skill number 4 is travel, but travel less. Now, traveling to
travel, but travel less. This nigga talking his shit. Why? Travel, but travel less. Bro, traveling is one of the funnest things to ever do, bro. I know some of y'all watching this haven't even been out y'all state before, bro. Y'all don't see a problem with that, and y'all still sit on TikTok and shit, fucking bullshitting y'all life away, doing absolutely shit.
Put yourself in a new environment can actually be incredibly productive for you. In fact, I spent a large portion of my year in Cape Town to just kind of get away from the noise, and it's a great place for me to sort of work and focus. The key is I go there for 2 to 3 months when I actually go. Now, you might be wondering, Iman, why did you include this as the 4th millionaire skill? And that's because I've seen something that really, really trips people up. And it's not when they first start, it's when they make their first 100,000 or 200,000 or 300,000. They make those sort of numbers, they make 6 or multiple 6 figures. And then they're like, you know what? This is cool, but I could be traveling and doing this, and they start traveling around the world, and they're flying every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and they're sort of nomading, and they have to constantly adjust their new environments. They have to find a gym. They have to find, restaurants that they like. They have to, find the local supermarket that they like, There's just so much instability in their life. And as I said, I found that digital nomading really, really caps out people. Here's the thing. If you want to make 100K a year, or maybe even 200K a year, that's awesome. Then, for sure, do your digital nomad thing. And I think if I was digital nomading right now, it will work. But that's because I've had my main business, my advertising agency, for 6 years at this point. So I've learned how to build systems and stuff like that. But for someone who's just starting out, as I said, it's really important to have that stability of, environment, and just having your environment optimized. So traveling is fine. Everyone needs to travel. Just be a lot more conscious. And also, when you travel, try to travel to places that are, you're going to be spending the same amount of money as wherever you live, or potentially even save money by traveling. That's why I love Cape Town. Medellin is also a really great option. And Kiev, used to be a really great option before, obviously all the unfortunate events that are happening there. And very interestingly, that actually brings up one place that I always see people travel to, but is a horrible, horrible place if you actually want to get anything productive done, and that is Bali. It's very difficult with time zones. It's in a very weird place.
Bro, it's bad, bro, when the only fucking country that I knew was down, Africa, and I don't Africa continent. I'm tripping. Only country I knew was fucking the United States. That shit crazy.
Place in the world. That's number 1. And number 2, just sort of the nature of it. It's like everyone's in shorts and flip flops, and it's just very, very, I've spent a lot of time out there, and I've spent extended months out there. It's just a very hard place to really, really scale up your business and make that first million. So as I said, I wanted to include this as millionaire skill number 4, because I see a lot of people, not when they're first starting out, but once they make a initial decent amount of money. I see a lot of people.
I'm on the first starting out section, but I'm gonna keep these in my notes.
The next skill is the 1 out of the 7 that I personally didn't learn sooner, and I'm absolutely kicking myself because of it. Millionaire skill number 5 is start investing today. Listen, to become a millionaire, the most important thing is learn a high income skill and build a business. Now, to stay a millionaire and then also multiply that wealth, and continue to live the lifestyle.
That's
of a
my.
millionaire,
What is nigga talking about plans? I'm not gonna tell you my plans, but shit,
over
I
the
got some
future
plans
years,
for my shit.
the most important thing is invest. You know, let me tell you something. A lot of people aspire to make $1 million, but the issue is, like, first of all, you have to pay taxes. That's number one. But let's say you even make it, you know, after taxes net, right? So you have $1 million. So either you live like a millionaire, right, and you'll spend, you know, hundreds of thousands a year. Let's say, you know, if you really want to live a good lifestyle, you know, fly, you know, business and first class everywhere and stay in really nice places and dress in really nice stuff and have a nice car and nice watch and, you know, sort of like millionaire lifestyle.
Yeah.
You're gonna spend, you know, 300, 400, 500,000. You know, it's very easy to even spend $1 million or $2 million a year. I'm, you know, just being honest. You know, if you want to live like a true, you know, millionaire.
Nah, facts. That's what I'm trying to.
So yeah, let's say you spend
live.
400,000 a year. Well, you can only sustain that for 2.5 years. Or what you do is you live off your passive income, and, you know, let's say you make anywhere from a 7 to 10% return. That's very, very reasonable.
So I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I made
Definitely not the smartest guy in the world.
$49,000 in the last 30 days.
This nigga lying. They put him on a flunky mission to lie. This nigga, look at his car. You honestly think he making
Copying and
the
pasting.
fuck out of here?
Luckily, you don't have to be smart for it because all it is just copying.
Look at some of the options out there right now.
Nigga, that nigga lying.
So yeah, let's say from $1 million a year, that yields you 7 to 10%. So you can only live off $70,000 to $100,000 a year, which, you know, you can live very well for sure, but like that's sort of like image in people's mind of like millionaire lifestyle. Like that's not,
Yeah, okay.
you know, you're not gonna be able to live like that off, you know,
Facts.
making your first $1 million after tax. So
Bro, I
that's
can't
why
wait
it's
to make
important
my
to
first
keep
meal,
growing
bro.
your income and keep making money and then invest it. So that way, at some point, your investment portfolio actually lets you live that millionaire lifestyle. And in my case, unfortunately, I only started meaningfully investing when I turned 20, after I'd already made millions from the business. Investing isn't sexy, and it's not the best tool in your arsenal for offense. You know, building your business is and continue to grow your business, but it's not only about offense, it's about defense too. When you invest your money, you also don't spend as much because you actually have a place to put it to. Now, I know a lot of people say that, well, you know, you could just save and you can just put it in cash, but it's just, at some point, you're like, that it doesn't bring you anything. It doesn't bring you any yield. It's not exciting. It's just sitting there, just numbers in your account going up. Whereas when you invest in, you know, you see your portfolio rise, and, you know, especially if you start
That's
earning
facts.
passive income from it, and you know
Yeah.
exactly how much you're making every week or every month from passive income, it becomes so addictive. Invest now, whether that's crypto.
If this not entertaining to you, of this man giving you the secrets on how to freaking keep your million and make millions, you deserve to be broke.
Whether that's stocks, whether that's even having in stable coins, just, you know, earning you passive yield every month, or even alternative investments like, you know, NFTs, watches, or any sort of collectibles. Whatever it is, start investing sooner rather than later. And by the way, I don't care if you make $1,000 a month. It doesn't matter to me. Still invest $200 of it, because really it's about getting in the habit. Because once you get to a point where you're making $100,000 a month, which, trust me, if you're watching this sort of content, it's probably a lot sooner than you think.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
If you get to
facts.
that point in life, then you have the habit of investing at least 20% of your
can't wait
income. I
to
mean,
make my
at
first
100,000 a
100K.
month, it should be even more than that. And you'll be surprised, there's a lot of people out there who make millions a year, but spend millions a year. So start investing ASAP. Now, the next millionaire skill will save you a lot of money and also really increase the quality of your life along the way. And that's actually getting a really good tailor. Now, once again, this
Getting
may
a
be one of
good
those skills where you're
tailor.
kind of scratching your head and going, man, why have you included this? And it's for a simple reason. Once people start making money, I see people waste so much money on expensive clothes, you know, designer brands, this, that, when instead all you had to do was go to, you know, Uniqlo or Muji or like one of these really sort of high quality brands with, you know, no graphics or anything like that. You know, take an item from there, go take it to your tailor, and depending on the item, it'll cost you anywhere from $20 to $40 per item. It's like you don't need to go to the most expensive tailors, and you will look like $1 million rather than wasting all this money on brands. So clothes are such a waste of money, but at the end of the day, fashion is a big part of our life. And by the way, this is coming from someone who doesn't wear items that are cheaper than $500. I mean, you know, even just a simple white cotton tee like this for me is $500.
Damn.
You know, most of the time, one of my
Damn.
outfits will cost anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000 between the shoes, the jeans,
Yeah, like
the
I
shirt
said, bro,
or
like,
sweater,
that's what
and
he
jacket.
said, bro. If you watching videos like these, studying fucking ways to fucking start making hella money, bro, it's coming sooner than I think, and I can't wait to hit my first 100K,
You know,
bro.
and
So
there's
we
not a
get
single brand in
God,
sight. You know, I
fuck, I
really
wanna
like
make my 100K,
very
bro.
high-end brands, and I like really good quality and finishing rather than, you know, just your designer stuff. Now, I know that is ridiculous, but, you know, in my position with the over 8-figure investment portfolio and a business that makes millions a year, I really like fashion, and I really don't like labels or brands. I like to be, you know, more under the radar with what I wear, but that's an area of life that I still like to spend a lot of money in. So as I said, this is coming from someone who spends a lot of money on their wardrobe, and I'm even
must spend a lot of
telling
money
you
on
it's
mine,
so
too,
unnecessary.
'cause I don't have a
You know,
lot of
back in the day,
clothes.
I used to
I
go
don't
to
got a
some
lot
of
of
these
shoes
brands
either.
like Uniqlo, Muji, or I'd even go to
I've always been
you know,
like that for
outlet
me.
stores of some of the brands that I liked. You know, brands like Zadig and Voltaire, Sandra, which are a little bit more on the pricier side, but if you go to outlet stores, you get them very cheap. Or I used to even go to secondhand stores, especially when I lived in London. There were some really good secondhand stores that had very nice brands. It's just they've been worn before. And I would take all this cheap, or at least relatively inexpensive clothing, and I would take it to my tailor, and I would look way better than the people who spent 10 times as much as I did, but they didn't bother to get their stuff altered or tailored. And as I said, I was doing that stuff, you know, 2-3 years ago when I'd already made millions of dollars. So as I said, the reason I include this in is because
Look what I was gonna do. I was gonna get a tailor too, but what Steve Harvey had said was, fuck, let me see if I can find the video. Where is it? Hold on, y'all was editing shit, so don't. Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey about suits. Yeah, there you go. About suits, yeah. I'm gonna show you the clip real quick. Boom. Steve Harvey went through a major suit overhaul.
We gotta say, one of the stylish men on TV, the most stylish man on.
But it's not the one. Oh, here go right here. This is the one I
Every
seen on
man
TikTok.
has to own a black suit.
Yep.
After you get a black suit, there's 5 suits you need to get: black, navy, gray, brown,
That's what I was
tan.
gonna do.
You get those 5 suits. You get yourself 2 white shirts. Get yourself 2 cream color shirts and 2 powder blue shirts. You can make 75 suits with those combinations, because every last one of those pants go with every last one of those jackets. Every last one of the jackets goes with every last one of the pants. You cannot mess up. The beige pants will go with the gray jacket. The gray jacket goes with the brown pants. The black pants.
All right, y'all get the point. That's definitely what I'm gonna do for sure.
Really pains me to see people who are on their way to making their first $1 million, and that's a very important point in your life, and they're wasting money on designer brands and this and that. Like, so I could have called this skill like, hey, just don't spend money on designer brands, but they said get a tailor and you're gonna look way better than the people who are spending 10 times as much as you in any case. As I said, clothes are an inevitable cost in life, but you might as well be a little wiser when you shop. Now, the last millionaire skills is learning how to use credit cards and get rewards. Now, I only started using credit cards when I had just turned 20, and not only just credit cards, but even just like loyalty programs for things that I was using often and stuff like that. Like, I just should have started way sooner, or, you know, even just registering profiles at different places I was shopping and stuff like that. Like, I just should have been smarter with this stuff. And it's very painful because I said I only got my credit card, you know, right when I turned 20. And there was millions of dollars of spending that I'd done between myself and the business that I could have gotten rewards for. Now, I must stress that it is incredibly important that you actually trust yourself with a credit card and you know that you're the type of person that will pay it back on time. But if you can do both those things, then a credit card is incredibly valuable. I mean, from the spending that I do on my Amex anyways, you know, I live in Dubai, so I fly Emirates basically everywhere. I get 55 upgrades a year from either economy to business or business to first class. I don't fly 55 times a year. Or even better, I get 14 round trips, right? So return, business class, free a year. And if any of you guys have flown Emirates before, you know that their business class is very good.
I don't know what none of that is.
It's not like European airlines.
Only
Like,
thing
you know,
I
you
have
have your own bed and you have your own little
was
sort of like
Spirit,
private
bro.
suite and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's the
so it's great
cheapest
because my
airline thing
assistant,
ever,
if it's a
Spirit.
night flight, I just end up booking business because I'm sleeping anyways, and a bed is a bed, especially if you have your own space like you do on
I always
Emirates
wanted to ride first class.
or if it's a day flight, then we book business and get instant upgrade to first class with points entirely for free.
Damn.
So not only that, I also get upgraded at so many hotels because of my American Express card as well, which is super ideal. And there's tons of great other benefits and rewards as well that come with it. Now, I know that you guys obviously won't be spending as much for your business and personal as I will, but you know, especially with some of the incredible sort of reward programs they get for signing up and spending a certain amount within within the first 2 months or 3 months of joining or whatever, you can easily get a few upgrades a year, and that alone is great and totally worth it, as I said, if you're spending that money regardless. So ladies and gentlemen, with these 7 millionaire skills, not only will you be able to make your first million, you'll be able to keep it, and most importantly, you'll also be able to multiply it. Now I want you to go ahead and leave me a comment down below. What millionaire skill do you think I left out? I'm going to be reading all of them and responding to you guys as well. So I hope you enjoyed, and catch you in the next one.
Alright, W fucking video though. Hey, y'all heard the man, bro. I really chose to react to this so y'all could so I could put y'all on too, bro. But why my camera so blurry? Y'all have a good day, bro. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. If y'all got some reaction suggestions, request it right here. See y'all in the next freaking banging no bad.